Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today for our Back to School Drive information session. We are really excited to welcome you. My name is Evelyn Quinn. I do community outreach and membership here at Family Giving Tree.
And my name is Dina Wongchun, and I am the Major Gifts Officer at Family Giving Tree.
So before we actually dive in, we would like to acknowledge that we work and gather remotely and in person on the unceded land of the Muwekma Ohlone peoples. We acknowledge the Ohlone community, their elders, both past and present, as well as future generations. And we also acknowledge that it was founded upon exclusions and erasures of many Indigenous peoples, including those on whose land our organization is located. This acknowledgement demonstrates a commitment to the process of working to dismantle the ongoing legacies of settler colonialism and the trauma of dispossession, and to respecting and enhancing Indigenous sovereignty. We hope this encourages everyone to build mindfulness and intention in thinking about what it means for us to all occupy this space on these generous lands. So if you're unfamiliar with the practice of land acknowledgement, please use this as a starting point in a larger effort to understand the histories and the realities of Indigenous people and to commit to change. We are going to be sharing 2 links in the chat for you to learn more information. Number one, it is the first website is more information about the Muwekma Ohlone tribes on whose land we are currently occupying. And then the second one is a website where you can find information about your own lands that you are currently residing on and working on. So thank you very much. So let's dive into Family Giving Tree. You are here to learn about us, our organization, why we do what we do and why it matters and how you can join us. So let's start with our humble beginnings. We started as Family Giving Tree 32 years ago as a proposed San Jose State University MBA group project. And this was born out of the mind of our beloved current CEO and co-founder, Jennifer Cullenbine. And this was actually a rejected group project. Let me just clarify. This was not the project that the group ultimately went with, but Jennifer found a wonderful friend and ally in one of her group members, Todd Yoshida, and he encouraged her to continue pursuing this idea. And, the overall concept of the idea was to go out and do something that adds value to someone's life. And this is something that really meant something to her. And so they went out together and created Family Giving Tree. And so in the first year of inception in 1990, Family Giving Tree delivered 2,000 gifts to residents of East Palo Alto. And then 20 years later, in 2010, we hit 1 million. And then 11 years later, in 2021, we hit 2 million. So I would say that's a pretty fantastic timeline. I'm curious to know how long it will take for us before we actually get to 3 million. If anyone has any guesses, feel free to drop it in the chat. Saying if we're going 20, 11, I don't know. Dina, what do you think? 6, 8? Something like that. I don't know. This will be a fun observation in the coming years, but we're very, very, very excited to grow what we're doing year over year. So we want to share with you more about us and what we're about. So our mission as Family Giving Tree is to connect those who can give to those in need with educational support, gifts, and volunteerism. Our vision is that we envision a world where giving brings joy, offers hope, and creates learning possibilities. We are also really proud of the work that we've done over the past year in really cementing our values as a company. And we wanted to be able to share that with you because they really are values that we truly embody as individuals, staff members of Family Giving Tree, and also just as a whole company. So number one, community. We foster an inclusive culture of volunteerism and philanthropy with people of all ages and backgrounds. We strive to inspire people to pay it forward by uplifting others in our community. Kindness. We demonstrate genuine empathy and compassion in all that we do. We are advocates for treating people with respect and consideration. We make giving back a joyful experience. Empowerment. We recognize that we don't all start from the same place in the world. Through community alliances, we provide those we serve with gifts and tools to give them the equitable opportunity to dream and grow. Adaptability. We collaborate creatively to adapt and to provide relevant resources to meet community needs. Family Giving Tree tests new ideas and explores innovative ways of delivering value to our community. And finally, our last leaf on this tree is accountability. We take initiative to meet our commitments to each other and to our volunteers, agencies, donors, and community. We are responsible stewards of the gifts we receive on behalf of those we serve.
So I wanted to share a little bit about why we're doing this, why it's important. So first off, I wanted to share some statistics. So 1 in 3 school-age children lives in poverty in California. And out of that 1 in 3, over 258,000 reside in the Bay Area. Students experiencing these financial hardships are hit especially hard here in the Silicon Valley, especially due to the high cost of living. In the 2020 Bay Area Economic Profile released by the Bay Area Council Economic Institute, San Francisco is still the most expensive rental market in the US, with the average 1-bedroom costing $2,700 a month as of December 2020. In 4th place, San Jose came in at $2,090 a month, and in 5th place, Oakland at $2,000 a month. Rents were in these areas were so high before the pandemic that despite the significant change in rent in the last year, housing costs are still unaffordable for many households. For these people, living in one of the most expensive places in the country means that the bulk of their income goes to housing costs. So that leaves little for groceries, utilities, transportation, and essential school supplies. In addition to job insecurity, in 2021, the National Retail Federation reported that families with school-aged children would be spending more than $840 on school supplies. That's a $59 increase from last year. And unable to fully participate, these thousands of children are at a higher risk of not completing their education. And a little bit about the Back to School program. So we believe that every child should begin school with the necessary supplies to succeed, no matter what their economic circumstances are. Our Back to School program provides backpacks and essential school supplies that aid students in our community who need this support the most. The gift of a supply-filled backpack shows students that the community wants to invest in their future and that they really matter. It also encourages positive attitudes towards school and learning. So FGT saw the need caused by this educational inequity and wanted to address it. So that's where the Back to School drive was born. Since its founding, Family Giving Tree has worked with over 500 partner schools. And of those schools, 75% of enrolled students qualify for free or reduced meals through the National School Lunch Program. And for many schools, every student qualifies. And sometimes we do partner with schools where there is a lower percentage of qualifying students. And this is mainly possible due to our corporate and individual partners who care deeply about their local communities and work with us to support these students in their neighborhood schools. And an educated workforce benefits employers and the entire community in the long run. And for the youth served by the Back to School program here at Family Giving Tree, education can become their stepping stone out of the cycle of poverty and into successful lives. The Back to School program helps level the playing field for students throughout the Bay Area. And in 2021, more than 25,000 K through 12 students enrolled in free and reduced meal programs received supply backpacks here at Family Giving Tree. And during the pandemic, we were able to adapt to the immediate needs of the students that we serve. And in response, we have added a few supplies to make remote and in-class learning better. So we've included headphones, dry erase markers, and a whiteboard. And here at FGT, we really do our due diligence by ensuring the impact of every dollar. So we have negotiated bulk purchase agreements with several manufacturers, allowing us to purchase more supplies for every donated dollar. What that means is we can order school supplies in bulk at 40 to 69% below retail prices. So your dollar really does go a long way when you support Family Giving Tree. This allows us to help more students. And if you leverage our purchasing power, we are, like I said, able to help more students. But even with this purchasing power, we're still running into supply chain issues that everyone else is going through, which is why physical donations are still important. And there are many ways to give here at Family Giving Tree. The first being the monthly giving program, which we like to call our community champions. It's an easy way to make a big impact over time, and it comes with a lot of special perks. Next is you can reach out to your HR team, or we've actually invested in a partner called Double the Donation, which can help double your impact by if you donate to Family Giving Tree, most corporations will match that. If you're not sure, go ahead and reach out to your HR team. And you can, with Double the Donation, sorry, just adding one more thing. It's easier through checkout on our donation page or our VGT to match through your corporation. And we also accept stocks. You can do this by reaching out to your broker and filling out a form on our website. And you can also donate proceeds from property sales. You can reach out to our development team at development@fgt.org to learn more. You can also donate cryptocurrency, and we accept over 50 different cryptocurrencies. And the nice thing is you can donate directly from on our website. And last but not least, you can also donate through donor advised funds. I have also added our EIN there for your convenience, so you can reach out to your financial institution if you have a donor advised fund. Another option through your company is you can sponsor our back to school drive. There are a couple of different tiers here. The first being the student sponsor at $2,500, which includes sponsorship recognition in emails and social media. You also get your logo placement on our websites. And you also are featured on our warehouse slideshow. So all of our lovely volunteers can see your company. And you also get a personal thank you from our CEO that you can share with all of your employees. The next tier would be the teacher sponsor at $5,000. And it includes everything that I just mentioned, in addition to a company spotlight on FGT's blog during the drive. The next tier, classroom sponsor at $10,000, receives in addition a press release announcing your company's sponsorship of the back to school drive. You can also get your employees engaged and involved, which we would bring a backpack build to you at 100-piece backpack build. And you can do this at your campus or remotely with your employees. And we also include volunteer registration for up to 10 employees at our warehouse. These are super popular, so that's why it's super important for us to include that with our corporate partnerships. And next tier would be the school sponsorship at the $25,000 level, which includes 200-piece backpack build in that one. And last but not least, the presenting sponsor at $50,000. This is the big kahuna. There's only one spot. So early press, it includes all of what I just mentioned, and early press release announcing your company as the presenting sponsor. And for those of you who don't know, we partner with NBC Bay Area. So they are including a 30-second PSA commercial promoting our partnership and impact with BTS, which you can get your company spokesperson to be included in that 30-second PSA. And you'll also be in all of the logo. Your logo can also be placed on all of our back to school materials. Naming rights to our warehouse facility during the course of the back to school drive. And last but not least, you still getting the backpack builds, but at 500 piece backpack build and 15 priority registration spots. And we also have the PSA sponsor. In addition to our partnership with the NBC Bay Area, this is to promote awareness of the back to school drive with the local community on air and online during drive months. This is the 30-second PSA commercial with NBC Bay Area's production team. You'll also receive the team's creative direction, script writing, their professional filming at their local studio in San Jose or throughout the Bay Area. And the PSA spots are aired during NBC Bay Area News, Today in the Bay, in rotation during additional daytime programming and online at NBCBayArea.com. Although this amount doesn't go towards Family Giving Tree directly, your participation helps grow donations to the drive. And then we also have just the standalone backpack builds, as you can see here in the picture. That's a company doing a backpack drive outside, super fun. And you can choose between on-site build at your corporate campus or coordinate via remote builds. And it's $35 per backpack. And you can choose whichever grade you'd like to, whichever supplies for, or sorry, can't talk right now, but you can choose the grade level you'd like to help out. And then we require a 250 backpack minimum. And if you're further than 25 miles from our warehouse in Sunnyvale, there may be additional transportation and logistic fees. And then if you do choose to do an on-site build, once everything is assembled by your employees, we pack them up and return them to our warehouse. And specifically for at-home builds, your employees will pick up the supplies at our warehouse and then return them to our warehouse by appointment. Both options help us get ready for pickup and final distribution to our education partners. So super helpful.
Thank you, Dina. All right, so another way you can get involved with Family Giving Tree, we're trying to give you all the options here, right? So you can donate, you can become a sponsor, you can take part in booking a backpack build with us. You can also volunteer with us. Volunteering is such a huge thing that we rely on as a nonprofit organization, as many are. So right now for the back to school drive, some of our immediate needs for volunteering, number one, collateral preparation. So what we're doing right now is we are getting materials ready for actually launching into the back to school drive itself. So you would be helping us prepare back to school drive materials in May, which is next week. For all of you who have not been paying attention to the calendar, we're already heading into a new month. So we'll be starting that in May next week, so we can deliver them to our drive leaders in June. So these materials are items that can be picked up from our office in Milpitas and then be prepared at home, and then you come and drop them back off to us. So that is currently going underway, and you can schedule time to sign up for that. Another volunteering opportunity, which Dina touched on earlier, is being able to volunteer in the warehouse. So these are very, very highly coveted, these volunteer warehouse slots. Warehouse volunteers help to set up the South Bay warehouse. They help receive incoming donations, sort, check, organize backpacks and supplies, and ready them for the schools to pick up. And we want you to know we really, really encourage and foster volunteerism in people of all ages and want to maximize the inclusivity of our opportunities. So volunteering is actually open to all ages. And when I say all ages, I really mean all ages. So we just ask that kids under the age of 12 are accompanied by an adult when working at our office or our warehouse. If you'd like more information about these particular volunteer opportunities, you can visit our website, familygivingtree.org/get-involved/volunteer. Okay. Another way that you can get involved with us is to be a family giving tree ambassador. We want you to tell everybody you know about the awesome work that we do, and to share our story with everybody that you know. Another way is to invite others to come and become drive leaders. If you yourself aren't able to lead a drive with us to bring in donated backpacks, but you maybe work at a company that you think might want to be involved or think could really benefit from this as a philanthropy activity, tell your HR representatives and let them know they can sign up for a drive with us. You're part of a church group, or you have a group of friends who want to do something fun and good for the summer. Tell everybody they can sign up to be drive leaders. Invite your friends to volunteer with you if you decide to join us in the warehouse or decide to do collateral preparation at home. It could be a fun little group activity. And also find us on social media and help share our story and tell your story about why you believe in Family Giving Tree's mission, vision, and values, and why you want to work with us and support us. Stay connected with us. We are all over social media. Follow us, like us, share. We use hashtags, our back to school hashtags, our hashtag backpack smile and hashtag one backpack. And we love social attention. So if you're posting something and you tag us, we will reshare that in a hot minute. If you need help promoting your drive and you tag us, we will reshare that. So we really encourage getting the word out there. We get so much traction by word of mouth, and that's such an important piece of how we grow as a local organization. And so the more that you can help us shine the spotlight on what we're doing for the community, the better off that we all are together, right? Another way to get involved, and this is near and dear to my heart because of the job that I'm doing, is to lead a drive. So I want to share with you some photos. I had some fun with animation here. But these are photos of some drive leaders and their teams from years past in various locations, gathering and dropping off donated backpacks. It's such a rewarding opportunity, and it is a volunteer opportunity. If you can think about all of the work that goes into leading a drive, it's you're essentially taking a leadership position to help promote our drive and bring these donations in. But the folks in this photo are varied from community groups to corporations. Overall, becoming a drive leader means you'll be working with us to bring equity into our schools and educational systems. So consider working as part of Family Giving Tree's network of volunteers and help equip a student to write their own story. Groups who run drives with us come in all shapes and sizes. So groups as small as 2 people and as large as the largest corporations you can think of, who shall not be named because we are in the Bay Area after all. So you probably have thought of some already. And if you're part of them, you know, that's also something important to consider. But we've probably worked with them in the past and we want to continue working with them. So keep us in mind. But essentially, any type of group, a business, a school, family, social club, friends, we want to work with you. And if you are interested in helping our Bright Bay Area students, you can come and lead a backpack drive with us. This back to school drive is a really important piece of the summer. We work with drive leaders every single step of the way, and we provide all the tools you need in order to make each drive a success. There are absolutely no minimums to what you have to donate, nor are there any fees to leading a drive. So this is all a free effort. We will accept donations of 2 backpacks or 2,000 backpacks, whatever it is that you're able to drum up and bring in for us. We are absolutely supportive of and will help you every step of the way. So don't hesitate if you're even thinking about doing it, because every backpack will make a difference. So what does it actually mean to lead a drive? First and foremost, it means that you are in charge of making a community impact for your group. So as a drive leader, there are some responsibilities that you would have to hold. And number 1, it starts with registering your group for a drive. So you can do that by visiting fgt.org/drive. You will get that link again at the end of this presentation. But if you are a group of friends and you go to register, the fun part about this is you can come up with a really cool name for your group. It can be whatever it is you want to represent your team of people who are looking to give back. If you're part of a corporation, we do encourage you to use your corporation name so we can properly represent you. But it starts with actually registering for a drive. Even if you've worked with us in the past, we do ask that you register each season because some people do go through different cycles, and we just kind of need to know exactly who it is that's joining us this season and what you will be joining us to do. Next on the list of to-dos for a drive leader is to actually facilitate those donations and the participation within your group by posting backpack tags and or supply lists in well-traveled areas, or distributing them to your friends or colleagues in your own way, whatever is comfortable for you and makes the most sense for the environment that you're working in right now. We know we're not quite out of COVID yet, so everybody's got a different situation that they're working or gathering in right now, and we understand that. If you also have the ability to host a customizable virtual giving tree, or VGT, as Dina mentioned earlier, and this is the ability to run an online drive. And this is completely contactless. Nothing is shipped to the donor. Everything just happens at the convenience of your computer or your phone, wherever it is you choose to donate online. And we take care of all the logistics and the physical workings behind the scenes to make sure those backpacks get to the students. So you can do the physical drive, you can run an online drive, or you can do both. We also task our drive leaders to make sure that they are collecting and delivering those donations. So the donated backpacks come back to Family Giving Tree's warehouse. And something to note that, we, like most others globally right now, are running into supply chain challenges, as Dina had mentioned earlier. So it is getting harder for us to acquire bulk supplies and to make sure we get them on time. So we're relying really, really heavily this year on those who are actually able to go out and shop for supplies and backpacks and bring those back to us. But of course, the virtual giving trees are equally as important. So we want you to be able to promote your VGT if you do decide to run that. So that is also part of your to-do list if you decide to sign up as a drive leader. This will help us. It's a shopping experience, so your donors can go and actually shop for different grade level backpacks. And what you would do is help to fund these supply filled backpacks for students in the Bay Area. An additional thing for the drive leaders to note is that part of your responsibility would be also to sign up for warehouse volunteerships. These are optional. You don't have to come and work in the warehouse if you don't want to, but if you do, drive leaders do get priority registration. So you get an opportunity to sign up for this stuff before it opens to the general community. It's a really, really popular activity. So the slots book up pretty quickly. But as a drive leader, you pretty much get like about a 1-2 week head start in being able to sign up for those slots before the general community does. And also, the general community gets 4 spots that they can reserve. As a drive leader, you would get 10 spots. So similar to some of those sponsorship opportunities, you get 10 full spots for your employees or for your group to actually join us. And then finally, the reason why we are all here really is to be able to make a direct impact on the community in which we are a part of, right? So we are, I don't know about you, but I'm very, very proud of being part of the Bay Area community, and I want to see everybody thrive and succeed and be uplifted, and that's really why we are here, and that is genuinely the work we want to continue promoting, and this is an opportunity for you to be able to do that for your community. Let's look ahead in 2022 for the back to school drive, so you can get an idea of what the timing all looks like for this summer. So we're working very, very feverishly to get back to school ready. Starting next week, we will have online resources available to our drive leaders. So we're providing things like downloadable printable backpack tags. So if people want to be able to print their own tags instead of having us send it to them, they will be able to do that. We have promotional materials available. Next week, we are also officially launching those online platforms, the virtual giving trees. So that will go live. So if you register starting next week, within a few days of your registration, you will be able to go live with your own virtual giving tree. And it is customizable. You could add your own logos, you can add custom messaging, really cater it to the audience of donors that you have at your company or your organization or group or your friends. And then next Thursday, May 5th, I will be hosting a Drive Leader training session. So like I said, we really try to provide you with all the resources you need to run your drive. So in this training session, I'll be going over specifics of the drive, diving a little bit deeper into the timeline, and then sharing best practices and helping to answer any questions that people may have as well. So this is a really good opportunity for you to really understand and meet other drive leaders virtually as well, in terms of like sharing best practices over the chat and whatnot. But we will have that session in May. I will also be hosting another session in early June, and you can sign up for either slot after you register for a drive. It'll be in your confirmation email. During early June, the week of June 6th, that's when we expect all of our materials to be in-house. So that's when we'll start distributing everything out. So any physical materials, if you signed up and you're requesting to have things sent to you, we will mail them out starting that week. And we will also be hosting pickups. So if people want to stop by our Milpitas office and pick up their stuff instead, they're welcome to do that. And that all happens in that beginning part of June. On June 15th, we open the priority warehouse volunteer registrations. So you can sign up for those 10 slots in the warehouse to volunteer. Again, that is a few weeks earlier than the general population. So that is a privilege you get by signing up to be a drive leader. If you end up running a physical donation drive, all of those physical donations will be due back to us July 27th through the 29th. And we will be hosting several drop-off sites for that week throughout the Bay Area. So after you register, you'll get information and options to sign up for any one of those particular locations, including our South Bay warehouse in Sunnyvale. We don't have a specific address yet because we still have to finalize it, but it most likely will be in Sunnyvale. And then finally, on this timeline, our virtual giving trees, those online platforms, run through September 9th. So September 9th will be the last day that it'll be live, the last day that donors will be able to actually purchase a backpack online. You can market it for yourself to end earlier if you would like to not prolong the back to school drive for your group to be that long, or you can run it through September 9th. It's up to you. Just in your marketing materials, you would just note it. But that is the last day. We will keep the VGTs open in order to take in those financial donations. And then looking even farther ahead in 2022, because we have to plan for all of it now. Once we start the back to school drive, there's no stopping until January 2023, really is how it works at Family Giving Tree. So later in 2022, we will have our holiday wish drive. And this is a very, very big program that we run each winter. So what we do is we provide wished for holiday gifts to children, adults, and seniors in the Bay Area. And we actually will ask people, what do you want? And then we print them out on wish cards, and we send the wish cards out to everybody, all of our lovely drive leaders and their donors, and they go out and shop for these gifts. So it is a really, really unique and special opportunity to be able to connect with your community by granting a specific wish. I think it's really important to note that it's something that somebody specifically asked for, right? We're not just kind of generically buying things and just saying, here, you need this, we'll distribute all of this to you. We really are listening to our recipients and really trying to help make their holidays a little bit more special. So registration for that program opens up in early October. Wish cards will go out in early November, and then all of those donated gifts are due back to us during the second week of December. And very much like the back to school drive, we will also have an online virtual giving tree option that you could sign up for. So you could do either or both. Okay, and so let's talk about next steps. Now that you know about our organization, what we do, why we do it, how you can get involved, where do you start? Well, I'm going to plug my own program and say, lead a drive. So sign up, fgt.org/drive. You can navigate there after this webinar is done, or if you want to do that from your phone right now, you can pull out your phone and scan this QR code. If you are not familiar with how to do that, you essentially open up your camera app and you hover the camera over this QR code until you see a little URL and you click on it and it opens your web browser on your phone. It is like magic. The power of technology sometimes is really, really great, except for when PowerPoint doesn't work for me. That's not so great. but this is fantastic. So scan, check it out. Another way that you can take a next step is if you have any additional questions, you can reach out to driveleaders@fgt.org. That email will go directly to me, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you have, or if you maybe want to need help brainstorming on ideas on how to engage in a drive or whatnot. I'm open, I'm all ears, and I welcome you to reach out to me, so don't be shy. If you are shy and you're the kind who wants to go and do your own research about us before you decide to engage with us, totally fine. Our website is fgt.org, so you can go there and start learning more about us. We've got all kinds of resources up there to give you a little bit more information about who we are, and then also about our history, what we have already done, diving into even more specifics. So check that out when you get a chance. Otherwise, I think we have plenty of time. So I don't know if anyone has questions. Oh, we do have a question.
Yes.
Great. So let's see. Are the drive leader training sessions mandatory? Is there a date that drive leaders need to be signed up by? Great question. The training is not mandatory, but who doesn't want to hang out with me? Come on. I'm kidding. You don't have to. It is just optional for those who feel like they need a little bit of extra support. So completely not mandatory at all. And you a date to sign up by, if you are looking to do a physical donation drive, I would recommend signing up sooner versus later. So we are probably going to cut off the sending out of tags by about mid-July, probably early July. But you can download our supply list. You can download and print our backpack tags online. So I encourage you to sign up for whenever. We probably won't be shutting down signups probably until early September, because we do have some people who go in last minute, decide they want to launch a virtual giving tree for 1 week. And that would be the last week of our drive, and they run it. So the options are open, and we keep it open for as long as possible for people to sign up. But the earlier you get on board, the easier it is also for us to be able to project what we will be able to distribute to the schools. So just to give you a little bit more insight about how we work in terms of how we distribute to the schools, is we'll have a list of schools that are approved for a certain amount of backpacks. And then for anything over what we have allocated, so our goal this year is 26,000 backpacks. So if we get anything in addition over the 26,000, we have a waiting list of schools who are eager to take backpacks with them. And if we get excess, we can project that better when you sign up early, and then we can kind of give a better indication to those schools about what things are looking like, and also plan for it logistically on our side too. Fun fact, we are a staff of 19 people. So it takes a lot for us to be able to operationalize all of this for the back to school drive, and then even more so for the holiday drive. And so the more planning, the more time you're able to give us to be able to plan, the better off. So my answer is as soon as possible would be fantastic for you to register for your drive. I hope that answered your question. It was a lot. Any other questions out there? Yeah, you got it, Max. I'm so happy you joined us. Thank you for asking that. Okay, well, if there are no more questions, Dina and I just want to thank you so much for your time and for your participation and for joining us today, learning more about us. We do hope you join us for the back to school drive and, become allies for the community for us this season, okay? Don't be shy, reach out with questions. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your week.
I do want to plug one thing. If this will be recorded, if you could share it with your community, that would be awesome.
Yes, please do. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everyone.